In this video, we're going to take a look at Through Cypress. This is a scene in Mendocino, California. This is a really cool picture. To give you a little bit of background about the painting that I know of, it was originally painted at some point in the 1980s or 1990s. I'm not sure when. The original owner sold it back to him in 2005 or 2006. He went and retouched it up, and it won the Elizabeth Callan Award in 2007. And anyway, let's get a closer look.
Alright, this is Through Cypress. I want to show you first an overall look at the painting in its entirety so you can take in the entire composition. The location of the scene is along the California coast in Mendocino, California. I believe the church in the focal point is the Mendocino Presbyterian Church, but I'm not entirely sure. If you're familiar with the area, feel free to leave a comment below. This painting was made on a full-size sheet of watercolor paper. Despite being an award-winning painting, my grandfather used just a small handful of blues and a small handful of earth tone colors. I believe there are only 3 to 5 different colors in this painting. By turning the saturation down and only seeing value instead of color, we are left with just a tonal value pattern. The value pattern of a painting is far more important than color. We can see here the great use of darks, lights, and middle values in the composition. What really catches your eyes is value contrast, not color. A well-composed painting will make deliberate use of every value. When you mix a blue and an earth tone, not only does it go neutral, but it can get very dark. This is important for getting a full value range on a painting. My grandfather used to say that you only need a warm color and a cool color to execute a painting. With just a small handful of colors, he was able to mix an entire value range. By adjusting the ratio of earth tone to blue, the dark can be either a warm dark or a cool dark. Shadows in the real world will appear either warm or cool. When using a black pigment, this can become too neutral and look artificial. No black pigments were used in this painting. You can experiment with your own dark values using burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. These two pigments mix to a neutral, and depending on how you lean them, you can get a warm or cool gray. Both of these colors are sold by nearly every professional brand, are of light fast pigments, and are inexpensive. These are 2 starting colors every art student should use, and yet a master painter can still use them to make an award-winning piece. When you look at the painting up close, you can see the beautiful granulation, that there was an incredible amount of care and decision making in what is easy to pass off as a minor detail. The granulation effect is unique to watercolor. Temperature can be used to make further contrast. You can see in an example with the tree trunks where different blues were used to create more contrast in addition to value. Paintings like this are intended to be viewed from across the room. By zooming out, you can see how such a painting would read easily and capture your attention from a fairly great distance. What we can see in this painting are multiple painting techniques. The tree branches were done in a more calligraphic style with a negative shape approach. The trunks were done with a much lighter washes and different hues of blue to create even further contrast over value. The town in the background is done with fairly geometric shapes, which further distinguish it from fairly natural and irregular shapes used for nearly everything else in this painting. A painting like this is a large composition of many smaller compositions. These compositions all create visual interest and can be used in their own works. You can study your own paintings by taking some cut pieces of cardstock and creating compositions from an existing work. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I could help you better understand Through Cypress, and perhaps I could pass off some of Don's practices that went into making it. If you love this work and are in the market for a G-Clay print, I invite you to our website at dono'neill.com.